Hey, good morning, family. My loving, awesome, amazing, wanting to turn their life around, putting God first and recovery first so we can lift that obsession to use drugs or alcohol. People ask me all the time, right? What's the allergy that we suffer from as an addict? For me, I have 4 years clean and sober, and I was strung out on meth and heroin and drank my whole entire life. And when I look back at periods of time when I would get sober and I would go back out on a relapse, this totally makes sense. We suffer from an allergy that is called the phenomenon of craving. For example, when I would go to jail and I would get some clean time, right when I would be in my jail cell, I'd be like, okay, Monty, I'm done with drugs. I'm done with alcohol. I'm going to turn my life around. I'd be talking to my mom on the phone. I'm going to do it this time. Right when I would find out I was going to get released, we suffer from this obsession that tries to minimize your relapse. And eventually it clicks over and you go and you put the drug in your body. But when I would do this, I would want more. I would want more. I'd get this crazy hunger to get so high. It was incredible. And that's what we break out in, that phenomenon of craving. Another example for me is I was out in South Carolina. I got a few months clean and sober. And I told myself the obsession, right, was like, I'm just going to smoke weed this time. I put the weed in my body. I started smoking weed like a crackhead. I couldn't get enough weed. I needed more. I needed more. I needed more. That is the phenomenon of craving that we break out. And this is what separates us from a normal social drinker. Okay. Once the weed wasn't enough for me, I went to meth. I told myself I was going to smoke it. Then I was shooting it up and I went on the worst run of my entire life. Once I learned about this doctor's opinion, this allergy, right, I realized that this is what I suffer from and I could feel it. I knew exactly that this was the allergy that I suffer from. So I know now that I cannot put any substance in my body and I live an amazing, awesome life with purpose because I tried to change the way I felt on the inside in the beginning when I first started using, and it made me feel good, right? The drugs changed my emotions and the way that I feel. But now the spiritual experience, because we suffer a spiritual malady, this spiritual experience I have, I now feel the way that I want to feel every day, and I do not need to escape my life. I love my life, family. But this is the allergy that we suffer from. It's called the phenomenon of craving, and this happens in your brain. You are not going to break out in hives and rashes, but you're going to break out in this craving where you cannot stop. Any of you that is an addict and has struggled with drugs and alcohol, you know exactly what this means. Let's put God first. Let's create a life that we do not want to escape. Let's become a person of integrity. When we do good, we feel good. And when we do bad, we feel good. We feel bad, family. Let's put God first. Let's continue to move and groove with the Lord. I love you. God loves you. And let's go.